Hello fish fools, Jeff here. So this is my 20-gallon long. This has guppy on their hybrids. And there's neocaridina shrimp. And some rosy loaches in here somewhere. Haven't been seeing them as much lately since I added Java moss, and that has grown out of control. It wasn't the intent. I was just put some excess in here that was growing out of control from my 40-gallon tank. And then, yeah, not so much of it. And there's a ton of Malaysian trumpet snails. It's funny how they all just came out like this. I just turned off the light. Speaking of that, the 40-gallon, I just made a video of that where I showed the Florida flagfish that I just added to it. And I turned this light off on this tank because the angle from that 40-gallon, you can see the glare. So I turned the light off to prevent the glare, and then all these Malaysian trumpet snails just crept out of the dark. You know, they'll burrow in the substrate and just kind of lay low, but then they come out at night. There's so many of them. So what's next for this tank? I was going to add the sparkling gouramis. I was going to move them that are currently in my quarantine tank as I'm moving fish out of the quarantine tank, like I just did with the Florida flagfish, into my 40-gallon, along with move some guppies and platy out. The next would be the sparkling gouramis, and yeah. So this, just looking at this, just reminds me one thing that I have coming up. I want to get pea puffers again. So I had some before, and they did great for a long time, and it was really when I moved that I kind of stopped taking care of them as much and not feeding them like snails and bloodworms. But now, with so many of these snails, they will make good pea puffer food. So yeah, I want to convert one of my 10-gallon tanks that has guppies or guppy and endlers. I'll probably move most of them into here, clear that out, and make that my pea puffer tank. There are some plain looking neocaridina shrimp in here, but there's also some really cool looking ones too in the mix. It's a lot of water stains here on the front of the glass, but didn't really intend to make a video of this tank, so this is just kind of on a whim while the snails were all out. But yeah. Oh yeah, and I have, when I moved the sparkling gouramis over, there's also a anacharis snail in my quarantine tank that I'll move in here so it can eat some of this diatom algae that has formed on the front of the glass. Alright, well that's it for now, and remember, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching.